Was this animated GIF of a Nyan cat worth $500,000? Or the first ever tweet from the founder of Twitter, Jack Dorsey, worth $2.9 million? Well, these are all NFTs, and whether or not we're in a bubble, interest and investment into the NFT space is absolutely wild right now. So let's dig into whether NFTs are just some new form of magic bean, or whether they're actually here to stay and whether you and I can make some bank off them. So what are NFTs? Well, NFT stands for non-fungible token, which has absolutely nothing to do with any fungi. So an NFT is a digital asset. So a GIF or an image or a video, piece of music, limited edition video game icon, a ticket for an event, you name it. And if it's a digital asset, it can be an NFT, and they can be created by absolutely anyone, even me with like barely any creative talent at all.
I have no talent.
In economics, a fungible asset is something with units that can be readily interchanged, like money. So with money, if I have a 20 quid note, I can swap it for 2 tenors and you're not going to complain. It's got the same value. But non-fungible means that it cannot be copied or interchanged with something else. So in other words, an NFT is a totally unique, one-of-a-kind digital asset, which means that if you go ahead, get out your phone and screenshot an NFT, you have a copy, but you don't have the real thing. It's just like if you head to the Louvre in France, take a picture of a famous piece of art like the Mona Lisa. You don't own the actual original artwork, even though you've got a picture of it. And most digital assets are probably not even NFTs themselves. So if you screenshot a meme on your Instagram feed, doesn't mean you've got a copy of a non-fungible token by any means at all. What makes an asset an NFT is that it's been bought using blockchain technology. And blockchain records the purchase, which means that it publicly documents across thousands of different computers that you are actually the owner of this asset. Although they've been around for nearly 10 years and first popularized by this game called CryptoKitties, NFTs have absolutely exploded in popularity this year, in particular thanks to the rally in Bitcoin. And basically what that has done is drawn interest into anything that has a connection to blockchain, which is the fundamental technology that underpins Bitcoin and all the different other cryptocurrencies. For context, more NFTs were sold in January 2021 than in the entire whole of 2020. So what's the point of NFTs? So in a nutshell, NFTs make it easy for digital assets to be bought and sold. And having a publicly available proof that you own a digital asset could mean that it can only be used with your consent. So you can sell the right to use it, or you can sell it on to another user completely. And it also fundamentally proves the authenticity of an asset if you have the original. The result of these main benefits is that a whole market now exists for NFTs, much like actual physical artwork. Banksy's got some competition, and the scarcity created by the ownership of NFTs means that individual NFTs have become exceptionally valuable. And just like a Banksy piece of art is super rare, people have paid insane amounts of money just to own certain NFTs. And like, just to give you an example of how crazy this market has become, a creator called Mad Dog Jones made animations of pieces of his artwork on scenes in Tokyo. And this piece sold for $4 million in 9 minutes. Just absolute mind-boggling. Another awesome example is a snippet of a killer basketball shot by LeBron James in an NBA game in February, which sold for over $200,000. And as mentioned earlier, even memes make the cut. Like a famous one featuring a cat with a Pop-Tart for a body, otherwise known as the Nyan cat meme, sold for $580,000. Oh, and one recent digital-only artwork, a collection of art from Beeple's Everydays, the first 5,000, which is this very artwork, that sold for $69 million, which, just to put into context, is the third biggest payday for a living artist in history. So it's pretty clear that NFTs are worth paying attention to, even just for curiosity alone. And if you've got a few spare $1,000 just lying about, well, there's platforms like Topshop, where you can trade highlight clips from the NBA, and you can even go to a website like Christie's to buy digital artwork at auction, just like this one. And what's crazy about all of this is that you can create as many digital copies of something as you want, but owning an NFT simply means that you have the ownership of the original and the bragging rights that come with it. And if you're like me, who's not yet amongst the mega rich, then there's definitely more accessible platforms where you can buy and sell your own NFTs. We've got platforms like OpenSea, Rarible, Nifty Gateway, and many more. So what are some of the future applications of NFTs? Well, aside from the world of digital art, which is making great use of them at the moment, if you wanted to make some cash by selling your own NFTs, in theory, you could create your own virtual stickers, your own memes, your own videos, or your own GIFs. And there's also a feature built right into the tokens, which enables you to get a percentage of any sale of your original asset if it changes hands later down the line. So that means if your NFT goes up in value over time, you would keep getting a kickback from that, even if you're not the person reselling it. And another cool application I've seen is that Nike has patented a method of verifying the authenticity of their shoes and their trainers using an NFT system it calls Crypto Kicks, which is very aptly named. And there's been other examples of attaching NFTs to real world objects to verify the NFTs as being the real thing too. And one area I predict that we'll definitely see more involvement with NFTs is in the world of gaming, which has been an industry that's been particularly, big on the whole virtual assets and downloadable content. So assets like specific in-game character add-ons, armor, hairstyles, powers, in theory, they could all be bought and sold as NFTs, giving you a little bit of individuality and fundamentally flex in the virtual world as well as in the physical one. And with this recent explosion in popularity, it's very possible that we'll see NFTs continue to grow and potentially become mainstream. So from rivaling physical fine art to being able to show off when gaming with your mates, NFTs have, I think, huge potential across the digital world. So this is definitely one to keep an eye on, with the slight precursor that some do fear that NFTs are in a little bit of a bubble, but in my head, that is no reason to miss out on the fun. So I hope you've got a better understanding of what NFTs are and why I think they're pretty cool. And even just researching for this video opened my mind to even more of the possibilities that NFTs could solve in society. Check out one of these videos here that may prove interesting for you to watch next. Otherwise, I'll see you in the next time. Happy NFT shopping. Cheers.